Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to Football Inc. How are you? I'm back with Jonny. Final day. You can see the sun is setting on his Miami trip, and we caught him before he has to get on the plane home this afternoon. We got some predicciones. We got some not transfer news. Well, maybe we do have some transfer news inclusive for you. We've got some other stories. Cristiano Ronaldo out in Saudi Arabia making waves again. We have all sorts of things to talk about, primarily, of course, the relegation dogfight. Maybe it's El Sacico tonight for Thomas Frank. Maybe for Eddie Howe. I mean, Eddie Howe's answering questions. If we win tonight, only 1 point separates two teams that would arguably be considering themselves in a top 6 conversation most years. We've got all that tough stuff to talk about. Guys, you know what to do. Smash the like button for us if you can. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Notification button should be squeezed. Comments should be dropped thick and fast. Let us know your thoughts on all of today's topics. And of course, guys, we are sponsored by OK Jersey. You know by now what to do. Search for OK Jersey online. Find whatever you're looking for. Jeremy Jacquet's new, old, retro, all of the international flavors that you want for the World Cup. They're all there. It's all done. It's all gravy. Get yourself over to it. Step into the discount section with code FINK. You get an 8% off. Hearing great feedback. Lots of people have been reaching out to us saying they've received their 1901 and they absolutely love it. So if you haven't got that, you can still get that, of course, and everything else you might want to get. I'm telling them as well to get the new away kit that's apparently been leaked up on the site as well. Get ahead of it. Get ahead of the curve. Guys, we are also available on all of your podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Pods, Amazon, all that jam. If that's your thing, then please do search for Football Inc. and give us a 5-star rating. Or any rating, really, but give us a 5-star one if you're feeling generous, and a follow. Give us a review as well over on Apple Pods. That really does help. And that's about it from my admin. Jonny, how are you?
I'm okay. Enjoying Miami life. Don't want to come home.
You look brown, mate. You caught some colour.
Yeah, it's. I tell you what, I hate. It sounds ironic. I actually hate it when it's too hot. I absolutely hate it. This is winter here in Miami, and it's like 21, 22 degrees, which means you can walk around in it. You can be in it all day without fear of like sweating, and getting totally burnt. Everyone who's bought, I've had loads of messages as well. So to all of you guys who have ordered from OK Jersey and are happy with it, well done. And to those of you that managed to get the 15% off, big up to you as well. Big thing. I don't know where we should start, Sean. We've got the results to do from the weekend.
No problem.
Should we start? Let's start.
Let's do that, shall we?
Oh, you want to do that? You want to do that?
So the weekend started with you on 137 points, the chat on 170, and and myself on 181. So it was an 11-point spread. It has changed. The chat actually won this week, but we're going to go through it now. Leeds versus Forest was the start of the weekend last weekend, Jonny. We spoke about it, didn't we? We thought it would be. We all went for a home win. Forest on the receiving end once again of a battering ram. Leeds at home are just a very, very difficult team to break down. I think is it still only 2 or 3 teams now?
Two.
Still only 2 teams have beaten them at home this year. Us being one of them.
And Villa.
And Villa, yeah. And Leeds had no problems at all dispatching with Forest.
And Arsenal, sorry. Yeah, and Arsenal.
Is it 3? Is it 3?
Is it 3? Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal added to that, but they went all the way back to last year in the Championship as well. So, but Leeds absolutely slammed Forest, and Sean Dyche has got to be on a knife edge. He could be the next one out the door, because let's be honest. That is a very good squad, and they're not riddled with injuries, Sean. They're not got 3/4 of their team, their first team missing. Was Spurs? Did Spurs avoid a pothole in Morgan Gibbs-White?
Listen, Wolfie obviously is a friend of the show, friend of ours. He reached out to me at the time and said, you can have him. He goes, I don't want you guys to win the battle because I like to beat Spurs in these sort of little micro things, but you guys think he's some game changer. For all of the highlight reels you look at, you'll see thousands and thousands of him doing amazing stuff. But actually, over the course of his career at Forest, he has, for every sort of 10 of those that he attempts, only 1 or 2 come off. And the other 8 are wasted opportunities because he wants to be too flamboyant. And
that's what we said.
That would irritate the life out of me if, in this sort of dogfight that we're in, if you have a player there that has all of the minerals, all of the things that you want, but then just a little bit of that gene in him where he wants to show off. And yeah, I think that if he'd made easier, simpler decisions several times this season, Forest could have easily had a higher output than they have. I'm not saying it's his fault at all, but I'm just saying he's just a microcosm example of just some of the problems with having those sorts of players in your squad. You just need to kind of nip that shit in the bud until you're in a position where you're flying in the league and where you can afford to make those risky passes.
3 crucial points for Leeds. And just a very quick mention for the player who just keeps giving. And he, whilst most fans of certain clubs in the lower half of the league sighed a big sigh of relief when they didn't sign Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin could be the very catalyst that actually keeps Leeds up this season. He's been absolutely fantastic. The way he's going, if there's any injuries, dare I say, he might even make the World Cup squad.
Nah.
No?
Nah. Don't think so.
Not even with injuries?
Who would get in? How many strikers do they take to the World Cup? 3?
Yeah, maybe not even that. He'd probably play with a false 9. But I mean, it's a great story. It's a great story for the season, anyway. So, what was our score?
Big up to Sabbath for the raid, everyone. Welcome in. You know what to do. Shoes off, likes hit, all that sort of stuff. Appreciate you, Sab. You said on that one 2-1 to Leeds. I said 2-0, and the chat said 1-0, and of course the score was 3-0. So we all get a point. Yeah. Next up was Manchester United versus Tottenham, the 12:30 game. And I went for 2-2. You went for 2-1 to United. And the chat went for 2-2 as well. So you get a point. No one else does. I think we spoke about this one already, haven't we?
Don't think so.
No?
Well, we might have done. We might not have done. I can't quite remember, to be honest with you. But
ultimately, Romero screwed the pooch.
Romero screwed the pooch. 15 minutes to United. The next 15 minutes to Spurs. We looked very good. We looked like we had improved. And I've got to be honest with you, I thought we battled well for the remainder of the game. Started to tire, obviously. And they scored the inevitable late goal. But I think had we had 11 men, I think we could have got something out of that game and extended our fantastic record against Manchester United, where we hadn't been beaten in 8 games. But that run comes to an end. We are going backwards. I think it was only 4 games ago that we were 3 points behind Man United or something like that. Now we're 15.
Yeah.
Incredible. See, that's all it takes is a run right now. You go on a run and you win 4 or 5 games or 3 or 4 games, you're right up the league. So, very disappointing. Spurs definitely in a relegation fight. Arsenal, Sunderland. Sunderland, again, made a good fist of it. Made Arsenal feel like they were in a game. They ended up winning 3-0. What score did you predict?
Yeah, I went for 3-1. You went for 3-0. And the chat went for 2-0. So all get a point, but you get 3. So a good start from Jonny. Very tidy start from Jonny there. Consummate ease. Not much to talk about in that one. Obviously, this is all in the past now. It's yesterday's news, so we'll bang through this pretty quickly. Yeah. Next one was Bournemouth Villa. I went for 2-1. You went for 2-0. Chat went for 1-1. So the chat gets 3 points on that one.
Very good. Very good. I thought Villa are on the slide, and it's proved right. I mean, people say Spurs should be doing better when we got 11 out, but there's all this empathy for poor old Villa because they've lost 3 of their midfielders. Give me a break.
Yeah, and there's also empathy for Bournemouth. I remember I was watching Expressions talking with his brother, Rance, and Expressions was like giving absolutely no sympathy at all to Thomas Frank for the injury crisis. Yeah. In the first instance, this is not me calling him out. Obviously, I don't know the guy. I'm just reflecting on what you said. And then the conversation moved from the Tottenham United game to the Bournemouth Villa game, and Rance was saying, yeah, you got to feel for Bournemouth, right? Iriola, how good can he ever be if, you're never going to know how good he is if every window their team gets decimated. And Expressions is agreeing with him, going, yeah, I mean, he's obviously what can he do? It's outrageous. So I'm kind of like, isn't that
exactly
killing players versus losing them to long-term injuries? Isn't it kind of the same thing?
When you're losing 11
Yeah.
first teamers, I would say it's the same thing. But this Villa, poor old Villa, they would have been challenging had it not been for the 3. I'm sure Spurs would be a lot higher up if we had 5 of the 11 back. So anyway.
That game finished 1-1. Congratulations to the chat. I think the next one was but was it Burnley West Ham? We haven't done that one yet.
Burnley West Ham, the result that no Spurs fan wanted to see. Happened very early, 2 early goals, and the quivering started. The talk of the relegation dogfight and justified relegation dogfight talk is back on the table, Sean. Burnley are done and dusted along with Wolves, but the fight for that last place is alive for probably 5 or 6 clubs. Even as far as Brighton and Newcastle, I would say, although maybe unlikely, but you never know. You never know.
We shall see. We shall see. On that one, I went for a home win. You guys went for away wins. You didn't get the score correct though. You both said 2-1. It was 2-0. So an additional point each. So I'm really struggling at this stage in the weekend. Really, really struggling. Fulham, Everton, we all got wrong. I went for 1-1. You went for 2-1 to Fulham, as did the chat. Ended up 2-1 to Everton. I actually watched the game back. It was an even game, fairly even game. Fulham actually played very even percentages wise, but Fulham passed the ball really nicely at times. But they got a goal through an own goal from Mikolenko, and obviously, and Everton did the business, getting 2-1. And nice because Fulham have got decent home form, and we've got to play Fulham in a week or 2's time, 2 weeks time, I think it is. So. Pretty, we'll see what they do between now and when we play them. But nice to know that if Everton can go there and put on a win, then Tottenham have got a chance as well. Right?
Yeah, 100%. But Everton's keep surprising. That away win at Villa, an away win at informed Fulham. David Moyes doing what David Moyes does. Grinds it out, finds a way. And Everton are probably higher in the league than they have been for a considerable amount of time, even without the strikers that he says he desperately needs, which wasn't given to him. Wolves, Chelsea, Sean.
Wolves, Chelsea. I went for 2-0 Chelsea. You went 3-0 Chelsea. Chat went 3-1 to Chelsea. Bang on again. The chat had a very, very good result there. So I got a point, you get a point, and the chat get all 3. Look, I didn't see the game, to be honest, mate. But,
Cole Palmer, 2 penalties. They take him off to preserve him. It was a walk in a park, to be truthful with you. Wolves preparing for next season in the Championship. Rob Edwards got a big task on his hands. I'm not sure how much money he's going to have for the Championship, but they need to come all the way back. It's done and dusted for them. Chelsea, eyes on the top 4, but that's going to be a big fight as well. Going to be top 5 now because our coefficient ranking should see that. And then Newcastle, Brentford.
So Newcastle,
what a game
Brentford.
That was.
Fantastic game. I went for, we all got this one wrong. I went 2-0, you went 1-1, the chat went 3-1. Brentford doing bits, mate. Brentford doing bits. Not many teams go to Newcastle and get the result, do they?
No. Arsenal, I'm trying to think who else, but they've beaten a lot of teams in that stadium. The atmosphere. Bruno Gomes, he will be the big player tonight when Spurs play Newcastle, which we'll get onto after. Kataro and Koopy Jr. I know he didn't score, but he's going to be a massive target. 19 years of age. I actually saw he went past me. I was at Spurs Bournemouth, and the players went past me. He looked so slight in person. Do you know what I mean? But for a 19-year-old just coming into the Premier League, he's been sensational. He's going to go for big money in the summer, guaranteed. I'm sure of it. The next game, Brighton Palace. I thought Palace would struggle in this game. I think I went for a Brighton win.
Yeah, the Brighton game, you went for a Palace win.
Oh, did I? Oh,
yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I went for a Brighton win, as did the chat. So you get a point there as well.
What was the score prediction I made?
You said 2-1.
Okay.
Palace, I said 2-0 Brighton, and the chat said 2-1 to Brighton as well. Yeah, look, Palace, look, you know, it was a difficult one for us. Like, again, you were hoping that maybe that was going to be a draw. Both of those teams, you were hoping one could get sucked in, probably Palace, but they've suddenly reversed their horrendous form. Decent result going to Brighton, decent results. All of a sudden, by the way, Brighton fans want Herzl sacked. Newcastle fans want Eddie Howe sacked. Tottenham fans want Thomas Frank sacked. West Ham fans are starting to believe in Nuno again. You know?
Forest want Dyche sacked.
Yeah, everyone. Get out of our clubs.
I mean, it's not a day goes past while someone's not trying to get their manager out. Yeah. I mean, Howe's been up and down like a bloody yo-yo. 1 minute he's flavour of the month, doing well. He's on a roll, some great wins, and then suddenly he's being drawn in. Yeah. What a game, though. Let's quickly talk about Liverpool, Man City. What a game that was. I thought I'd seen everything in football until that last attempt when Cherky thought he'd scored. VAR. If VAR hadn't have been in, right, that's a goal, right? And he's not even got a red. He's not even got a red.
Who didn't get a red?
No, if VAR hadn't have been there,
yeah,
right, Cherky would have got his goal, and Slobosai would never have been sent off.
Well, this is the whole thing. Like, just because you play advantage, even if the goal goes in, right, and the free kick doesn't get pulled back for a foul on a foul, whatever, even if it does go in, that doesn't mean that you get away with the red card. We were talking about it on the phone, right? Because when the goal was initially given, I was like, Slobosai still got to get a red card for that. You know, like in open play.
We knew that. We knew that,
but they didn't do it. They let them celebrate. There was no red card, and then because it was a double foul, they ended up pulling it back, giving a red card, and then having the initial. But I was like, in open play, if Romero or anyone else chops down a player, but they carry on playing, it's a yellow card. They let the play continue, then they go back and give the yellow card. So he wasn't going to give Szoboszlai the red card. He wasn't going to until VAR stepped in and said there was a foul, then there was another foul, so now you've got to give a free kick and get. It's mental. Absolutely mental.
Can I just throw something in here, Sean? Right? What is the chance? Look, as far as I'm concerned, VAR has become the star, not in the fans' eyes, but it's become such a major play for the Premier League. And I think it's intentional, Sean. And I'll tell you why. How much is that worth now on a global stage for sponsorship?
What do you mean for sponsorship? I was in just VAR sponsored by Gillette or whatever. Yeah, has that been done yet? They haven't sponsored VAR yet, have they?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a good take. I like that. I hadn't thought of that. It's
you
nice,
like that one?
Yeah, I do like that one. Yeah, nice.
This is what you think about, guys. This is what you think about when you've got jet lag and you've got nothing else in your brain, right? But no, this is what I'm thinking.
VAR sponsored by Specsavers, exactly.
That would be brilliant. Yes, that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. How ironic that would be.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but something.
Listen, on that game, great game. And as much as the whole chicanery of it, listen, not only did that make sure that that Szoboszlai got sent off, which I was happy to see, because I think he might miss the Tottenham game, or I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Is it the fourth game, is it, before we play them? But it also meant that I got 3 points because I went for a 2-1 Man City win, and you guys went for 2-1 to Liverpool in your case and 2-2 in the case of the chat. And so I managed to sneak 3 points on that one, whereas had the goal been given, I would have got 1 point. And then on that basis, at the end of the predictions, I would have been on a measly 4 points. I had an absolute stinker. you got 8 points and the chat got 9 points. As it was, I actually got 6 points because of that disallowed goal. So I finished on 6, you finished on 8, the chat finishes on 9.
Well
and then
done,
in terms
chat.
of goal scorers,
Fucking
I had Martinelli,
disaster.
you had Gabriel Jesus, and the chat went with Wilson. Wilson and Jesus didn't do anything. Martinelli got an assist. So I actually get 7 points. The chat's on 9, and you got 8, which brings us to so I got saved, really. Saved there. So there was an 11-point gap. There's now only a 9-point gap. You're on 145. The chat's on 179, and I'm on 188. All to play for. All to play for with 14 games. Is it 14 games to play or 13 games? 13 games to play. 9 points in it, guys. 9 points in it. Now we're going to come back to the predicciones at the end of the show to do this week's fixtures. Johnny, should we talk a little bit about this Cristiano Ronaldo story?
Yeah, let's talk about it, man. I mean, the guy he's on. What did we work out? It was how much a day? 500 grand a day? I can't even remember.
Nearly a million or something, right? Basically, something like that. Yeah.
He's on strike. Yeah, go on.
So Cristiano Ronaldo is expected to end his strike at is it on the screen?
Yeah.
At Al Nassr and play again for the Saudi Pro League club on Saturday. The 41-year-old has missed his side's last 2 SPL games because he has been unhappy with the way Al Nassr are being run. He has a 43 million summer release clause. Al Nassr are expecting... Oh, we've done that. After receiving assurances, Ronaldo is expected to return for Saturday's SPL game at Al Fateh. Before that game, Al Nassr have an Asian Champions League 2 game against Arkadag in Turkmenistan on Wednesday. Jesus Christ.
That's a slap.
Money must be your god if you're willing to go and travel around Turkmenistan.
Where are you off to tomorrow? I'm off to Turkmenistan. Yes. As
I
you do.
disrespect to Turkmenistan. I'm sure it's lovely. Yeah. In fact, let's have a little look-see at what I'll get up in a minute. What exactly does Arkadag and Turkmenistan look like? Oh, actually, it looks fucking lovely. Have a look at this. Jesus, I didn't know this. It looks quite lovely.
Yeah. See, that's where all the oil money goes, Sean. Yeah.
Wow. How dare I? How dare I speak of somewhere I've never even heard of in my life?
Yeah, Britain had oil money. Look what happened to that.
Yeah, exactly. Wowzers.
Yeah.
Wowzers. Fair enough. Anyway, let's get back to the story. I feel bad now. Just called out a place I didn't know. The Portugal captain has missed Al Nassr's last 2 games after not featuring in Friday's game over Al Ittihad. Officials had previously hoped Ronaldo had made his point by missing Al Nassr's game against Al Riyadh last Monday, and Friday's game would be too big for him to miss as they urged him to return to the pitch. They believe Ronaldo's protest was harming the image of the SPL and the Kingdom's Sovereign Wealth Fund. The SPL publicly warned the player. You don't do that here. You don't do that here. But Al Nassr won for the 2nd game in a row without Ronaldo. Ronaldo feels his club are not being backed financially as much as their title rivals Al Hilal. Both clubs are majority owned by the PIF, Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund. The forward is convinced Al Hilal are getting preferential treatment, and he was particularly angry that they strengthened their squad by bringing in players such as Benzema during the January transfer window. The SPL believes its league is a fair fight and there is still all to play for this season. The funding provided by the league is clear and fair across all PIF clubs. If Al Nassr were not active in January, it was because they have already spent 100 million quid this season. The financial regulations and league funding through the Player Acquisition Centre of Excellence are designed to maintain integrity, make sure the league and clubs are sustainable and competitive. Benzema scored a hat-trick on his debut last Thursday as Al Hilal beat Al Ahdoud 6-0. The Saudi officials are surprised that Ronaldo is unhappy despite earning a reported 500 grand a day. He has 18 months left on his contract, but it does have a 43 million release clause, even though he turned 41.
Oh, that's going to be snapped up. I mean, who is going to pay? Listen, who's going to pay 4 million, let alone 43 million?
Would you take him to Tottenham?
For a 41-year-old? What to sell some shirts?
Well, how many shirts would he sell?
You know? I don't know, but I mean, he won't even be able to get around the pitch. He'll be walking around the pitch. Someone actually sent me. It's obviously a meme or something, but it looked like it come from Ruben Neves, who's at Al Hilal, saying about Benzema. Yes, it was great to see Benzema sign for my club to be my club captain, but he's already messaging my 15-year-old sister.
What?
That's right.
Say that again.
It looked like it was a comment from Ruben Neves. It says Ruben Neves, like picture of him, and it said from the side of it, "I'm delighted. I'm so delighted that Benzema's joined us at the club, right?"
He's already messaging my 15-year-old
he's already
sister.
texting my 15-year-old sister.
Oh, is Benzema got form in doing that sort of thing? Is he?
I've got no idea, but it seemed like weird. So when you called that one up, I mean, come on, the guy's on 500 grand a day and he's on strike. The problem is the Saudi PIF fund own both clubs, right? They own both.
They own four clubs, don't they? They own four clubs.
Yeah, four. But hey, we fancy this one. It's a bit boring that this club's winning. We'll give the money to this club now, right? And that's what he's basically in.
He doesn't care that the other clubs that aren't owned by the PIF haven't got a hope in hell's chance of winning anything.
Correct.
You know, they just want, I need to win, so you better do everything you can to make sure that if there's corruption, it's going in Cristiano's way.
Listen, just because I earn 500 grand a day, plus my flights, plus my holidays, you know, plus everything else, plus I've got waiters and servants and houses and the guy's lost the plot, right? First world problems, first world of the 0.001%. No time.
I did hear a good. I was at the dog this morning and I heard a good take from Simon Jordan on it. He was talking about, you know, if they think that he is hurting the brand image of the Saudi Pro League. Simon Jordan's like, look, you kind of reap what you sow, right? You made this guy the front and center of all of your marketing activity. You gave him obscene money, obscene power, and obscene access. And with that comes a level of, you know, entitlement and expectation and ego. And, you know, so you chose to give him all that money. You chose to give him all that power, all that reach, all that voice. And if he's now doing it in a way that doesn't satisfy you, obviously that's, you know, it's probably not what, you know, how Ronaldo should be, how he should be operating. But I don't know. At the same time, like, I kind of feel like there's some truth to that. You know, if you make someone a king for a day, then
you put him on a pedestal. You're giving him all the gold that he can eat,
right?
Literally giving him all the gold he can eat. You've fettered him. You've thrown absolutely everything at him to be the face of Saudi football, and then suddenly he's not winning and he's pissed off, right?
And he is a winner. He's a winner mindset, isn't he? You know?
Yeah. He's
Maybe
only
he's a
into
petulant
winning.
brat as well, but he's someone that wants to win everything all the time.
Trouble is, he can't go out to the USA at 41 years of age because, to be honest with you, Messi and Son are, you know, taking away his limelight. But look,
Did you see him going back to Portugal and playing for free like what David Beckham did in PSG for a year?
No, I think his ego's. I just think his ego is so large. He probably thinks he can carry on playing till he's 50, and maybe he can. He'll probably go to the World Cup. He'll probably go to the World Cup and have a fantastic World Cup. Yeah. He'll be walking around the pitch. Whether he will cost Portugal because he's running the show there, I don't know. He's probably running the Portuguese FA as well. So we shall see, because Portugal's got some fantastic players. They'll be used to the heat out in America, but we shall see what's happening.
Just quickly on this on transfer news on the Twitter that we look at, the way that it's been written by Bruno Andrade, the CNN of Portugal. I'm not sure if you can see it. Sorry, I haven't got it on the screen. It says here, the Saudi Arabian PIF fund have accepted Cristiano Ronaldo's demands, and the Portugal star is set to return for Al Nassr's clash with the Al Fatah on February 14th. Outstanding wages at the club have now been paid, while the board has regained control of the club's management. What does that mean? Like, for a while, there was no, like, I am the CEO, but I am not CEO. I am CEO.
CEO. CEO. Listen, I personally think, look, Saudis are investing for the future. So, when the oil runs out, they've got investments to keep running. But I don't see the Saudi Pro League becoming, what he thinks is the Premier League. Listen, back in the day, 20 years ago, if he'd have done that, he'd have his hand chopped off. But it's a little bit more democratic now. So we're led to believe with the
I
sports.
don't know, mate. If you see
sports washing, anyone.
Dude, I'm not going to get the show demonetized, but on those files of a certain person, they managed to figure out the video that was about the word Orcha with a T in front of it. They managed to figure out who it was relating to, and it was one of the crown princes of the Emirates, who happens to be the CEO of DP World. And if you go and look into that story, what that guy got up to, what he did to some poor worker at the Royal Palace, I'm not sure if losing your hand is like the worst case scenario. I'd rather have that than do what that guy did to some poor worker. Absolutely terrible, mate. Horrendous.
Yes. There's a dark side. This is the veneer. Scrape away at the veneer, and underneath it is still the same stuff.
Everybody passed to Ronaldo. Everybody passed to Cristiano.
Everybody passed to Cristiano. Yes. Whatever.
Chop off your hand.
Chop off your hand. Where is Ibrahim? Ibrahim is gone. Legs gone.
Where are your hands? Where are your hands?
Where your hands and legs? I did not pass to Cristiano. Legs off. Legs off. So from one fantasy to another, Tottenham Hotspur are apparently, Sean, targeting, wait for it, a big money free transfer, Dusan Vlahovic, in the summer. No expense spared by the board, apparently.
Oh, Tottenham?
Yeah.
Dusan Vlahovic?
Yeah. Because he's free.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of him, mate. I've never been that impressed with him since he left Fiorentina.
Yeah.
If you're not capable of smashing in the goals galore in a Juventus team that feeds you in the Serie A, that is, let's be honest, it's not. I don't know. He might come to the Premier League and do really well, but I think there's every chance that he could just be a big damp squib.
Listen, at Fiorentina, he was unbelievable. The heading, the goals, and it just hasn't happened at Juventus. And, Juventus offered him a huge contract to which they can't get rid of him because no one's going to pay the wages. They've tried countless times to get rid, to fund new transfers, but nothing. So we should have to see. For me, it smacks of an ENIC type deal, free, just pay him some wages. Not for me, Sean, any day of the week. But this is our club. And as some say, if we're in the Championship, he's more chance of him going to Wrexham if they get promoted, or Millwall than coming to us.
What this is like doing to me, this relegation fear. I can't be bothered to talk about Tottenham's transfer news, views, and clues and the plans for the summer until I know whether we're going to be in the Premier League next year.
Exactly.
I really need a couple of wins, Thomas Frank. I really need it. Not just because I want to know that Tottenham in the Premiership next year, but also because I need to get back down to work, mate. I need to get back down to my transfer news, views, and clues waffle. And without it, I feel like an absolute sham. I feel like a fraud. I'm a fraud anyway, a giant fraud. But I can't get down to business whilst I sit there and look at the table and see a certain team down the road, east of us, that are chomping at our heels. We're coming, like Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, but it's worse than that. Is not only are we sinking slowly into the quicksand, but we've got to watch Arsenal attempting to win all 4 trophies. We're seeing that Arsenal with a squad that's like ridiculously deep. Looking at, I think we're gonna try and sign Julian Alvarez, right? And what we'll do is we'll give you Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli, and looking to sign Stankovic and looking to sign all the top talent, because right now Arsenal's the place to be in the Premier League. And when they come calling, players want to go there. We could go calling everybody. It's like the ugly guy who's ringing up Margot Robbie and saying any chance of a date, right? On FaceTime.
Yeah. Yeah. Any chance? Hello? Yeah, I'm interested in the date. What's that? You're not interested? Okay, bye.
Yeah. Bye. I mean,
I tried.
Listen, we are the ugly sister. We are the ugly duckling trying to attract the people. And even next season,
London's a draw, though, mate. I still think London's a draw because I don't think many people want to go to play
after
in
who, Sean? After Arsenal, after Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're still above Brentford, Fulham, West Ham, Palace. I think we're above those guys.
Well, why didn't we sign Rayan? Let me tell you something. We spoke about Rayan. Why aren't we going for Rayan? He scored a goal.
How did he play? Did he start?
Yeah, he's looking impressive.
Is he? Fair enough.
Yeah, we knew it.
We got Sousa. What do you mean? We got Sousa.
Sousa.
Yeah.
He
Listen, we have a song for him. Just quickly, for next season. So Jordan was asking because I said on the show last night on the first five, Johnny, I was like, I'm still top of the predictions table over here, still top of the predictors on the Spurs 5. I said, listen, guys, you don't know this, right? But since I was 17 years old, me and about 15 or so mates have participated in a prediction league every single season, and I've like 25 years of it. We do it for money, and I've won 8 of them, right? I've won 8 of them. But the league is a little bit different. So for each game week, you put, I think it was like 6. It's like it's gone up it used to be like £5 per game week. And there was 2 different competitions. So you have to do a score prediction, same as what we do, where you get 3 points if you get the right score and you get 1 point for the right result. But you also pick a goal scorer, not an assist maker, but a goal scorer for each game. And so you can pick the same players twice, as many times as you want, right? But and for every goal that they score, you get an extra point. And then a separate game that you play is called Last Man Standing. Where every week you pick a team, and you can't pick the same team twice, but if they draw or win, you proceed to the next round. If you're out, if your team loses, you go out, right? And and so that's a separate game that was like, I don't know, 15 quid or something entry. And
then my son plays that game, Last Man Standing.
We should update it next season, and we should actually maybe we'll set up some system where we can allow other people to participate, and we'll do it for a little bit.
We can via the people who sponsor me for the other thing. Squad bets.
Yeah. Oh, you can do it on there, can you? Okay, we'll do it through there.
It's cool. Yeah, you download a chat, you set up a group, and then you have a predictor league, right? And each week you put in your $5 or what have you. I can speak to them about that for next season. I'm actually talking about Krupi Jr. Liverpool are keeping close tabs on him, along with 2 or 3 other clubs, including Paris Saint-Germain, interestingly. And here's an interesting one. Liverpool are looking at bringing back Gerald Quansah from Bayer Leverkusen, bringing him back to the club. I mean, we did say they shouldn't have sold him.
Yeah.
I tell you, Jeremy Jacquet is obviously not ready to start for Liverpool. He wasn't even on the bench. I thought he
was joining in the summer.
Oh, you might be right. Sorry, mate. Yeah. That's why he wasn't on the bench.
He's not even on the bench just because he's not even a Liverpool player yet, Johnny.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. He hasn't got his Liverpool jacket. Yeah. For all the latest news, come here and be totally misinformed. Let's have a couple of super chats while I get over the embarrassment.
Yeah, nice one. Adam scored draw lock. Big up to you, my man. He said, my prediction is Romero gets a 10th yellow card of the season against Leeds and misses the last 2 games of the season before the World Cup. My bozo. Bozo.
Probably right, Adam. Probably right.
Is that so the game that he comes back is
Leeds at home, isn't it? Is it Leeds at home? No.
Yeah.
No, hang on. No,
so he comes back, gets a yellow card, and then
he's nearing another ban. He's nearing. He's already done a ban for the yellows, right?
Plus, he's got the sending off.
He's got a sending off, plus another sending
4,
off.
and he's not fucking hell.
Plus the injuries.
Sorry. You know how much shit I got last week? How much shit I got in my comment section for calling out Captain Bozo. And like I even had a bet. I had a bet on him to score a goal because I was like, you know what? Just when it never rains, but it pours. Although in England it rains all day long, every day at the moment. But I was like, you know what's going to happen? I've called him out again, gone against the grain. Everyone's calling me this and that. I said, you know what? I'm going to put a tenner on him to score a goal because I thought something would happen in the game against United. And it would probably be just to put a final nail in Butler's coffin on the Romero take. But no, he does the opposite and totally redeems himself. Let's be up to you, Adam. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you very much indeed. And Adam, he's also come back in with a super sticker. Choo to you, Adam. Choo to you, buddy. Oh, there we go. Big up to you. There's nearly 500 people in the house, guys. We appreciate the raid from Sabo. We appreciate all of you. 1 yellow and he gets banned again for 3 games.
And he's back for the Liverpool game.
And he had the audacity to turn around and say it's a disgrace that we only have a certain amount of fit players, especially using an injury crisis. Using an injury crisis to magnify his own point. The guy's an absolute prick, in my opinion. I think he's a prick. He's a good player when he wants to be, but he thinks he's above himself. Also, Johnny, the fact that in games he just decides to take himself up the pitch and I'm going to be a striker now. You know that's not by anyone's design. It's not by Thomas Frank or the Dutch guy or Cochrane saying, "Yeah, go on, then. If you fancy doing it, do it." There's no chance. Thomas Frank is afraid to let Pape Sarr pass the halfway line. There's no chance. There's no chance that he's saying, "Go on, then, Rom Pom."
Is he our second top scorer? Or third top scorer?
He's our third top scorer, yeah. Yeah. But like he thinks he's like, I don't know whether he gets bored or he's just in his, I don't know, the guy's just he's tapped in the head. I think the guy is a little bit just, he's wired differently, Wired differently anyway.
Romero out. Romero's a comedian. It's a 2-game ban. Okay, Matt. But 2 games.
Can we talk about this bozo? Not Danny, Eni Aluko.
Oh my God!
Have you seen her takes, mate? Have you seen the videos of her?
No. Well, listen, I've seen previous ones where she called out the chances for black people on TV, and Ian Wright quite rightly called her out. Hang on a minute, I've had a whole career as a journalist, and the top career. And look at all the black footballers and what have you. Sturridge is a really good commentator. I haven't seen what she come out with now, Sean.
So she and fair play to Laura Woods for saying what she said.
She played the race card before and got shot down.
Yeah.
And then tried to apologise, but it was too little, too late for that.
I'm trying to find it. She basically. Oh, here we go. So she's retweet. So Eni Aluko basically said.
Can't see it on the screen, mate.
I'll be up in a second. But Eni Aluko basically said in an interview, she's got this horrible sort of sounding kind of screechy voice. She basically said that. I'm paraphrasing here, but the point was, she said, "I've got 100 and something caps for England. I was sat in the stands at the final, the cup final, women's cup final or whatever, with someone next to me. I don't know who it was, who had 170 caps or something, right?" She's like, "There's nearly 300 caps of talent sat on the side, and then you look at the commentary box. It was on ITV and it was on BBC, and you have 2 of the 6 spots that you can have. 2 of them are men, and the other 4 people aren't basically as qualified as we are." She basically had a like saying it's a disgrace, right? Basically saying, because I was a successful footballer, I therefore have to be chosen,
included,
right? And then the people that are listening to her are going, okay, like then you can see they're kind of a little bit cringy about it. And she basically made out it's because of Ian Wright's going against her, and then also because of racism and typical English reaction to a black woman.
Well,
having an opinion, right? It's the same thing happened to Meghan Markle, same thing that happened to this, that, and the other. Anyway, just quickly, So Laura Woods has chimed back in saying caps don't win automatic work and they don't make a brilliant pundit either. The way you communicate, articulate yourself, do your research. Is that on the screen?
Yeah.
Do your research, inform your audience, how likable you are, and the chemistry you have with your panel are what makes a brilliant panel. The women's game should be by women for women is one of the most damaging phrases I've heard. It will not only drag women's sport backwards, it will drag women's punditry in all forms of the game backward. If you want to grow something, you don't gatekeep it. We want to encourage little boys and men to watch women's football too, not just little girls and women. And when they see someone like Ian Wright taking it as seriously as he does, they follow suit. That's how you grow a sport. Anyway.
She's bang on. And she's bang on. And the fact of the matter is that they brought in Ian Wright to be the face of women's football as a man, to give it credibility. And he accepted that role. For her to then attack and use the race card and him to be there. I mean, she picked the wrong guy to go to war with, really.
She then brings out another video yesterday saying, sure, basically going to dispel a few myths here, right? So I apologize to Ian Wright, right? I was being humble. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm sort of taking the piss as well. I was being humble, right? I apologize. He could have, and I'm still saying I'm happy to have a conversation in private or public, but I apologized to him in private and public, and he didn't accept it, which makes my whole point of me doing it basically worthless, right? Laura Woods is like, I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't know what it's like to be black. So I'm sure there are people, it's going to be not for me to say these things. But I look at
Hang on a minute, Sean. You're not a black woman. What's going on?
Woman. Well, not today. Not today. Guys, tomorrow I'll see. You never know. But
guys,
I listen.
Sean Butler reveals all. He is not a black woman.
I can 100% kind of empathize from a distance to the idea that if you feel like you are being held back in your career because of your sex or because of your race, if there's truth to it, and I'm sure there's been so much of that in the past, 100%. Then it's a disgrace. But with her specifically, I don't see her color of her skin or her gender. I just hear what she says, and I think that she's just a dislikable person. I don't think she's very good at punditry, and I can't get on board what she says. And I don't think it's because of the color of her skin or because of her sex.
I mean, look at Scott.
I think Laura Woods is fantastic, and I think Ian Wright's fantastic, and I think Alex Scott's very good as well.
Alex Scott, I love Alex Scott. She's brilliant. She's personable. She draws you in, and you know what? You know, she says it with a smile, and we can see by the fact that she's involved in other things outside of football. Just because you kick to football, you know, Wayne Rooney was a great footballer, but as a pundit, I mean, not for me. Not for me. Do you know what I memean? There's certain people that, you know.
Yeah, like I don't like who's the footballer whose brother put an axe in some kid's head? Who's now like a political podcast. What's that one?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the guy used to, Joey Barton.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Like, so some people rate Joey Barton's commentary. I personally think the guy's I think he's quite funny, but I think he's a bit of a donut.
Yeah.
Right? But like, you know, some people he was a good footballer, but some people love his commentary, some people don't. Just because you're a good footballer doesn't mean you're going to be able to convey what's in your mind about the sport in a nice way that people want to hear, right?
But the worst part about Loco is the fact that she does not do her research. I mean, go and look at the clip of Bozo moments. Yeah, I know I come on here and my mispronunciation, I sort of accidentally do it on purpose.
It's funny. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We have a bit of fun with the mispronunciation, but her research is absolutely appalling. When we come onto a show, Sean and I do this show. Before we come on, we do a bit of research. We look at the players that X, Y, and Z have been linked with. Do you know what I mean?
Y Scout timed me out. Y Scout timed me out for overusing of their API.
So what I'm saying to you is,
we do research, right? We go and educate ourselves.
Yeah, we don't just rock on here. I mean, some of it we wing because, like, when someone brings a subject up, maybe in the chat. But on the whole, you know, we do our research before, and if you get it wrong, you got to own it. But she was constantly getting it wrong, And Laura Woods and Alex Scott are on another level to her, and that's why they're forefront in women's football and
100%.
involved in men's football. And I'll tell you who else is brilliant: the mixed race girl from NBC.
Oh yeah, she's brilliant. The
Yeah, she's
banter that
brilliant.
she has with
Mika
with,
Richards,
Mika Richards and Omri and Jamie Carragher, it's fantastic. That's just like it's like watching football down the pub, isn't it? It's just good fun.
Yeah, she's good.
You
She's
know?
got great banter, So you know, if you can't bring that shit to the table, right? Because we ain't buying it. So on your bike, as they say.
Sean is Lookman's brother. I am 8% Nigerian. Johnny's got a slice of it. Were you 1.5%? Were you or something?
No, I'm 1.5% Nigerian. To all my brothers out there.
Yeah. Listen, maybe I can comment on this whole thing. You know, 8.5% of me has historically experienced some of the things that they are experiencing. You know, so I don't know. Not bad percentage, is it?
Yeah, before we move on to the thing, one last thing. Manchester City are looking at buying a banqueting hall. Dewsbury Hall. Manchester City. Dewsbury Hall's really having a great season at Everton. And Man City looking at him. I wouldn't have thought, you know, it's funny because of his name, Dewsbury Hall. I don't know, maybe it's how you sort of relate it. But Dewsbury Hall is just improving. Came from Leicester, right?
Yeah. You know Leicester, that phrase, never get married to a lone player? You know that idea? Like, never fall in love with a lone player? You know, well, I don't get married to a lone player, but I get married at a lone player. Like Dewsbury Hall is where we're going to get married next year. You know?
Yeah, Dewsbury Hall. Can you imagine his wife? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to make sure her name's right. Should we go? What should we do, Sean? We got. Should we do our predictions?
Oh yeah, shit, I haven't got this set up yet. Okay, it's time for the predictions, ladies and gentlemen. We need someone want to step up, represent the chat. It's a big week. It's a big week of prediction. This is the biggest week, and we're going to talk about all the games right now. But we need someone who's got real confidence in their ability to figure out the results this weekend, because you're only 8 points off me, or was it 7 points or 8 points? Something like that.
7 or 8 points.
Let's go. Prediction time.
Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws. Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws.
Right. Who hasn't done one yet? Matt Cox has done one. So I think there's something else supposed to come on. Sean Michael, have you done one yet? Johnny, hang on a second. Sean, have you done one yet, mate? Let me know. What are you doing, Johnny? What link are you picking
up? Sorry. No, it's fine. It's fine. Sorry, no, it's fine.
It's all right. I'm not trying to. I'm stepping.
Yeah, it's fine.
The comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean Michael.
I think Sean's done one, hasn't he?
I'm not sure. Johnny does research.
Sean. Okay, Sean Michael, you're in. Sean Michael, you're in. Big up to you.
Okay.
I'm just a sexy boy. I got your predictions right.
Just to say to Michael Warmington with his comment, nothing like being conversationally racist, mate. If you don't like the heat, get out the kitchen. This is not for you. And we're not racists. By the way, we're just having fun and we're talking about serious issues. And someone using the race card.
How is it racist to say there's nothing about anything to do with her race or gender that is the problem for me? It's just the fact that she is. Maybe he's talking about the fact that she's conversationally racist. I don't know. I don't think anything we've said that's racist at all.
No, but nothing.
People are going to be.
But there's always one, Sean. There's always one.
I think Michael Warmington's a good guy. I think I've seen Michael for a long time. I think he's not a problem.
Yeah.
So.
No, maybe we got it wrong. Maybe we're halfway through. Okay,
Chelsea
guys.
versus Leeds, mate, tonight.
Massive. Chelsea need the win to continue their march to top 4. Leeds definitely need to get something. And it's quite funny, actually, when Leeds are back up against the wall, when we thought they wouldn't get results, when they played Man City, I think they had a run, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. I think they got very good results, but I can't see anything in this one other than a Chelsea win. I think Leeds' home form is what's potentially going to keep them in the league, not their away form. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 Leeds win.
Leeds win?
Oh, sorry, Chelsea, sorry. Slip of the tongue.
3-1 to Leeds. Sean Michaels, what are you saying, my man? I'm going to go for I think you've done it right. Good one there. But I'm going to say 2-0. 2-0 to Chelsea. Same rationale. Don't think Leeds have got enough. I think Chelsea I'm actually starting to like Liam Rosinia. I'm not going to call him Reservoir anymore. I think he's quite
our PE teacher, the PE teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I quite like his. I think he's a bit of he thinks he's a bad man, and he's not a bad man. But I quite like his gumption. I'll put it that way.
I'll tell you what. I still love that bit where he tried to trap the ball. The ball came over with his hands in his pockets, and it went wrong. It went completely wrong. He's trying to hide his face from the camera. Where is it? Shawn Michaels. What's Shawn Michaels' score?
I'm typing in the fixtures, so I don't know. I'm not looking at the chat. You look at the chat.
Let me look at Shawn Michaels. Where are you with your score prediction? I can't see him. Destiny, Frank, Shawn Michaels. Where are you? 3-0 Chelsea. He's gone. 3-0 Chelsea. So,
okay.
The next game, Everton, Bournemouth. Everton are a bit like us now. New stadium. Seem to be winning more away from home than at home. Against the Bournemouth team, just off a good draw with Aston Villa. This could be a tight one, Sean. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
Okay. I actually think that, Everton are just where Everton in the league are.
Well, they're up and down. They're high up in the league.
Yeah, they're 8th in the league, and Bournemouth are up. Yeah, it's one of those win draw. I'm gonna go for a draw. What did you say? 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
Shawn Michaels gone 2-1. 2-1 Everton. He's gone
2-1 to Everton. Okay. Then the big one, mate, tonight, Spurs, Newcastle. Let's spend a little bit of time on this one because we haven't really done too much in the way of Tottenham content today. So, massive game, mate. Massive game. Obviously, no Romero. Decision of Jedley King.
No one, Sean. I mean, they're talking about maybe being without Anthony Gordon and Miley. Meanwhile, we are without 11 players. 11.
Yeah, they haven't got Joe Linton though, who's usually is a big impact. He always plays well and gets away with a red card against us.
But a midfield of Tonali, Gumaresh, hardly shrinking violets. We've spoken about, with Joel Linton in there, probably one of the toughest midfields in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. And I think, whether or not Paulinho, what worries me is if Paulinho has to drop deep to play in a 3 to supplement the missing of Romero, that midfield leaves Conor Gallagher and Papa Sarr up against those two. That could be a tough ask. I really would like to see Paulinho in the middle, to be honest.
Yes, so would I. What do you want to see with Tottenham on the left back spot? If they do have some wingers, if Newcastle, I think Sniffers there saying they both should be back. Who's when you say both? Are you talking about?
Yeah, Gordon and Miley.
Gordon and Miley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, potentially problems there.
Yeah.
Would you want to see Sousa, or would you take the risk and put in Jedley King? What's your mate saying about that? He's saying he's not ready yet.
I just think it's a bit. I would have preferred to Jedley didn't play tonight because there's a 10-day gap between now and the next game, and I don't want to risk him going down injured just because we're in desperate need. Play Sousa. I mean, he did look like he was scared shitless when he came on as a sub, but I thought he grew into the game.
Yeah.
And sometimes through adversity, you find something in a player or within yourself that you never expected. And maybe, this will be a fantastic catalyst. Personally,
let him cook. Let him cook, like Daniel Field says. Let him cook, mate.
Yeah,
I thought he looked quite good.
I would play Sousa and maybe put Jedley on the bench just in case.
Yeah.
But I personally wouldn't risk him tonight.
I think if you play Sousa on the left back, and you let him get forward, and then you just have an additional man in the midfield that can step like a Polina that can step back in and cover in a back three when he goes forward, then Xavi Simons can sort of merge more central anyway, because you're going to get the width from Sousa. And Sousa hasn't had a chance to. I think he tried to cross the ball once when he went on that marauding run, and it got sort of deflected and it went in low. But I'm looking forward to seeing Sousa's whips, mate. Sousa's got some whips on him. His crosses,
a pace
pace
and whips.
Well.
Yeah, pace and whips. He ran down that left-hand side, he was giving a good account of himself. So,
guaranteed hamstring tonight then for that man.
Yeah, but look, it's going to be a tough game, Sean. And Newcastle, let's be honest, if we win this game, we're 1 point behind Newcastle. Yeah. And that means that Newcastle are potentially getting sucked into it. If West Ham and Forest get wins, West Ham have got a tough game later. But look, for me, I'm gonna let my heart rule my head here, and I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Spurs win, Sean. We have not won since 10th of December 2023. That was the last time we won. We won 4-1. We were 4-0 up, and they got a late consolation goal. That was the last time we beat them. Tonali's Arsenal are twerking for Tonali because they really need him. Not. That's the level of recruitment when you've got great players and you're still looking to acquire great players. No, for me, I'm going to go 2-1, Sean. 2-1 to Spurs. More in hope than belief.
Yeah, I'm going for a 1-1 draw myself. But look, the Newcastle fans in the chat are really despondent as well. Either my man Foxy saying no two ways about it, or they're in a relegation battle as well because they've got Manchester City next.
Yeah. I mean, it's not good. But I think Spurs fans would not be happy with a 1-1. I would be happy with a 1-1. I would take the point right now because that's one more point on the way to getting to that magic 42 points.
Look, if you'd said before this run of 4 games started, you'd get 2 points out of City, United, and Newcastle. Would you have taken it?
Yeah, probably.
Basically, 2 points from the 4 games because we're going to lose to Arsenal next, aren't we? So,
yeah. I mean, listen, wouldn't it be amazing if? I mean, it's not going to happen, but would it not just be amazing? Have like everyone's coming. Richie could be back. A bit of shithousery. A 10-day break.
Yeah.
Arsenal playing a tough game in the FA Cup. Normally, some 4th division team at home. Sousa left, Jedley on the right. Not a bad call.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Archie Gray on the right back thing. I don't like it. I don't mind him playing in the midfield occasionally, but I don't really like it too much. So 1-1, 2-1, and 2-1. West Ham, Manchester United, the next one. Another big game to keep an eye on. Obviously, the haircut man is looking at this one. He might be able to get his haircut, but then his fame is done. Do you think the haircut kid is secretly rooting for a draw tonight?
Yeah, of course he is. Of course.
He knows
it's
his game
over. It's over. Yeah, no, he's hoping. I reckon secretly he's hoping for a draw. Secretly, is just to keep the haircut going, because as we say, his fame and fortune is dead and buried. Everyone has a minute of fame or 30 seconds of fame. He's had over a year. But This is going to be a tough one, Sean. I think it's going to be. I think this could be a draw because West Ham fans are right up for it. Get rid of Nuno. Nuno is doing what Nuno does. Nuno is doing what he did at Forest, and that bozo Marinakis got rid of because he thought he could improve her and brings in Ange Postecoglou, Ange Postecoglou, and then he brings in Sean Dyche, who is not doing well either. I think this is going to be a draw. Chill. I'm going to go for a 2-2. Again.
I like that. I'm going to join you, my man. I'm going to join you on that one. Good. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. What are you saying, Shawnee boy, in the house? Where are you, my man?
Sean Michaels. If you're in the chat
tonight, 3-1, he says.
3-1 tonight. Guys, if you're in the chat, please hit the subscribe button as we try to get to 6,000. We're only a few away now. Can't do it without you. So loads of you watch this chat, listen to this chat, but don't hit the subscribe button. But please hit the like button as well while you're here. Okay, so next game, Sean, is
Villa Brighton. Villa Brighton.
Villa.
I'll go first on this one. For me, Villa back to winning ways, no problem. I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1 to
pushing Villa. Brighton right into the mix.
Yep.
Right into the mix.
If Tottenham can get a result tonight, mate, I can start talking about Tottenham's transfer news, views, and clues again, because I think that there's enough difficult fixtures here that the fixtures, if we get a result, then the table looks a lot healthier and other teams get dragged in. Come on the Villa. I've never said that before in my life, but come on the Villa.
Come on the Villa. Yeah, no, I think Villa are going to run out 2-0 victors. Sean.
2-0 victors for you. Fair enough. I think that's probably a better shout than mine, actually. I don't think Brighton will even get a goal, but they might. Brighton are just a weird team, aren't they? Brighton are a weird team. What's Shawnee boy saying in the chat there?
Well, Villa have been poor at home.
Huh?
Villa have been poor at home.
Yeah. 1-1. A lot of people are saying 1-1. Jordan's saying 1-1. Villa 2, Seagulls 1. 2-1 Villa.
Yeah.
1-1.
It's
Where are you, Shawnee boy? You're very slow, mate.
He's doing a lot of deliberating, cogitating, and digesting.
He's asking AI. He's asking ChatGPT. Give me some predicciones.
Where are you, Sean Michaels?
Where
are you, boy?
Oh, he put 2-0, did he? Are we calling him out when he already put 2-0 in? Has he already put the score in?
Jesus.
No, he said 3-1. Where is it? Oh, he did. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's us. It's us. It's us.
Beg your pardon.
Okay.
And
Crystal Palace, Burnley.
Yeah, Palace romping this one. Romping their way to safety. They were unbeatable for a good few months. They're having to realign themselves. And with the signing of Strand, Larson, and what's his name? Brenda Johnson. Maybe they'll start to show some fruition, come to fruition. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Palace win.
2-0. I've gone for 2-0 as well. I literally wrote that in a second ago. Where's Shawnee boy? Where is he this time? Is he there again?
Sean Michaels, where are you?
Yeah, I've apologised for that one. There he is. 2-1. 2-1 Palace. 2-1 Palace. Okie dokie. City versus Fulham. Easy peasy.
I think this will be harder than they realise, to be honest with you.
Come on now, mate. Did you see? I'm not sure if Haaland actually said this, but did you see the meme that was put around of Haaland? Picture of Haaland that said, we cannot allow Arsenal to win. Arteta and the Arsenal fans will be unbearable. I will do whatever it takes to beat Arsenal. I'm not sure if he actually said that, if it was just a meme, but either way, my Haaland, my monster Viking. I love him.
When do Manchester City play Arsenal? It's near the end, isn't it? It's April.
I don't know. To be honest.
I mean, if they can get within 3 points and that comes down to that game, that could be that.
Tell you what, mate. There's actually Arsenal have got a difficult game this Brentford away. You know. Yeah. Just saying, Brentford are on the march towards a European spot for their first time I think it's their first time ever.
Highest position they've ever been, I think this is.
Yeah, they're 4 points off of. They might be looking at Arsenal going, do you know what? Do you know what? Why not? Why not? What's Shawn Michaels said on the
Right, I'm gonna go
3-1 City? Okay.
I'm gonna go 3-0 City.
I thought you
Either
just said
way.
it'll be more difficult.
Yeah. But I think they'll run out. No, but Mark Gahey's made a huge difference, mate. I was listening to, you know how I always said he used to remind me of Ledley King? I wish I could have clipped it because I just heard two pundits talking about how he reminds them of Ledley King with his interception and his reading of the game. I think he's an absolute superb defender.
I think
Superb.
he's overrated.
Not for me, mate. Not for me. Shawn Michaels, he's done his, yes?
Yeah, 3-1, he said. I've gone 3-0 as well. Forest Wolves. Forest needs something here, mate.
I mean, listen.
Are they going to get it, though? Are they going to get it?
Forest at home against Wolves. I mean, they got to win this one. I mean, I think it's a nailed-on win. Rob Edwards.
I'm going 1-0 Forest, but I could even see a 0-0.
2-0 Forest, I'm going. If they can't win this one, they might as well sack Sean Dyche on the spot and give it to Marinakis. Marinakis should be will take over as the manager. 2-0 Forest.
Okie dokie. What did Shawn Michaels said? 1-0.
1-0.
Okay.
Okay, and Sunderland Liverpool. This is going to be a tricky one. Sunderland at home are a different proposition. But I still believe that Ekitike and Florian Wirtz will be desperate to come back to make amends for the loss against them. So I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I do like that Mukalele that plays for Sunderland. They're missing Granit Xhaka right now. I think he really adds, he's the glue that binds everything together right now. And without him, they're not as good a team. So I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
I actually agree with you again. I think you're getting better with this Predicciones thing, mate.
Yeah, I'm taking it seriously now.
Yeah.
Just late. Seriously now. I'm having a late burst. Gary's
I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing. Why I'm going to am I replicating, imitating some of Johnny's scores when I'm 40 points ahead of him? All I need to do really is wait for Shawn Michaels to put in his score prediction, just copy, and then I just match. I could just match you. Once this is the leader's prerogative, I can just go last. Whatever the chat says, just copy them. You can't catch me that way because the chat score predictions, the chat's goal scorer selections are atrocious, and so just quietly romp home. Shawn Michaels is saying 2-2 in that one. Interesting.
Gone for a Desmond, and then the last game. It could be a very, very interesting game indeed. We'll be on the Spurs 5 when that kicks off, but I will definitely be having that in the corner, watching that game. Brentford versus Arsenal. I'm not sure if Sade's back. Arsenal always manage to play a team when they're missing players. And I think Sade will be missing again. Might not. I'm not sure whether he got a 3-game ban or a 1-game ban. If someone could let me know. I'm going to go for a draw, Sean.
Go on.
1-1.
I was going to go for 2-2, but you know what? I don't need to be silly here. I think it's easier for me just to go for the most likely outcome. I'm going for a 2-1 victory to Arsenal. And
so is Sean. So is Sean Michaels.
He's gone for 2-0, hasn't he?
Yeah. Okay. And now the player predicciones.
All right, here's the teams you can't pick. For those of you that don't know how it works, every week you get to pick a player that hasn't been picked before by your department. And if they score a goal, they get 3 points for every goal they score. They get 1 point for every assist. The chat, Sean, these are the players you can't pick from. Wilson at Fulham, Mbumo, Fernandez, Xabi Simons, Gimaresh, Richarlison. Although you definitely can't use Richarlison. They've used Richarlison twice. Cunha, Ekitike, Rayan Cherki, Saka, Barnes, Thiago, Foden, Odebear, Bowen, Rogers, Gakpo, Voltamade, Haaland, Grealish, Kudus, Rice, Richie, and Salah. Johnny, you're not allowed to use Liam Delap, Guacamole, Pedro, Mateta, Evan Nilsson, Foden, Saka, Gordon, Welbeck, Bowen, Cunha, Haaland, Voltamade, Mwani, Madueke. Actually, no, you can use Madueke because he didn't play, did he? Ekatike, Bowen, Wirtz, DCL, Semenyo, Mwani, Solanke, and Bumo, Jesus. And I can't use Martinelli, Brian Brobbery, Wilson, DCL, Reinders, Visser, Esteval, Pedro, Evan Nilsson, Mwani, Foden, Isak, Thiago, Welbeck, Watkins, Jesus, Forest fame, Voltamade, Haaland, Grealish, Salah, Guacamole, Johnson, Semenyo, or Ekatike. I think I know who I'm going to go for.
I'm going to go for Cold Palmer.
Cole Palmer. You haven't used him?
Nope.
Have I used him? Can't remember. I call these names out and I'm not actually listening to what I'm saying.
Meanwhile, you said you had yours. Well,
I know, but I didn't realise that I hadn't used him if I haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't used him. Oh, I've got to save him for next week then, because I was going to go for Liam Delap because I haven't used him either. But I'm actually going to. Is it Chelsea at home? Chelsea at home, isn't it?
Rayan. Is he?
Who's playing away at Wolves? Oh, it's Forest. Forest have got Wolves. I'm not picking any of them. Those bozos. What's Shawn Michaels doing? Have a look. See, I'm going to go for.
Where's Shawn Michaels? Shawn Michaels. What has he gone for?
I'm also going for Palmer. What am I doing? Why am I copying the worst predictor?
I can't believe you're copying me. This was my week where I closed the gap.
No, but you're going first on everything.
Sean.
You're going.
I can see, Sean, you in the corner of your eye, you're worried that I'm going to close that 40-point gap. Can I pick Bruno Fernandes? He's saying. I don't think he can he?
No, you've had Fernandes.
You've had Fernandes. You've had Fernandes. So you can't pick him. I haven't picked Bruno Fernandes yet.
Is there someone at City that I fancy could score? I've used Haaland and Foden.
What about Ryan Cherky?
Oh, I haven't used him, have I?
Buendia, he's gone for. Good for the assists. Buendia, he's gone for, Sean.
Okay, I'll write that down now. I'm just checking if I've used. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cherky. Cherky.
He's definitely banging in the goals.
Yeah, this is it, guys. That's it. Now that if Cherky's going to get me a couple against Fulham, and then that's all she wrote, folks. That's all she wrote. 13 games after this week. Actually, it's a lot. There's a lot of points left to play for. This game is still. I've got it's an early lead, but like this is not an insurmountable lead at all. What are we doing here?
Yeah, it's close. It's close. It's close. Good luck to the chat, and well done to Shawn Michaels. And I'm trying to think who did it last week, but you had a very good week. Congratulations to you for the last game on the weekend.
Who was it? Can anyone in the chat remember who did it last week? Big up to them.
I've sort of remember his name, but I can't.
I'm not seeing today. Oh, was it EDM? Was it EDM? Was it you, mate? I think it was EDM.
No. Was it?
I think it was EDM. Sure. Yeah, I think it was EDM.
No, I'm not sure. I think it was someone else. But anyway, guys, thanks very much for.
Hang on 1 second. Big up to Dino Ciudini coming with the super. Big up to you, Chew to you, Dino. Hope you're okay, my man. I guess it's night down the Nando's with the missus again, mate, because you're out there supporting everyone in the YouTube community. Big up to you, Chew. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're okay. Yeah, it was EDM. It was EDM. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Well done, EDM. Yeah, well done. Had a very good week, closing the gap on the self-declared champion of the Predicciones. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys.
I've ordered my trophy. I mean our trophy. Sorry, I've ordered our trophy. Sorry. What do we do if the chat wins? What do we do with the trophy if the chat wins? So I put it just put it away in the garage for a year or something. Yeah?
We'll put it in and we'll whip it out next year for the next one. Well, I'm going to set up a proper group, I think, for this. We'll find a means where we can do a Predictione League each week. and the person who wins gets the money, or whack in £1 or £2 or whatever, and the winner takes it. We'll have first, second, and third with the points.
I want to have it. I want to like up the game so it's a little bit more visual.
Yeah,
doing it on a Excel spreadsheet behind the scenes. I mean, there's no shenanigans afoot. If there had been, I would have found out that you lot had Richarlison twice already. You cheating little gits, but it's not visual enough for everybody. So I need to find a way to make it more visual for everyone, so we can all appreciate what's going on.
Yeah, we have Sean's word that he's ahead. He got called out. The files were released. Someone got into his files and found that he'd actually fiddled with.
There's a lot of people that have access to my hard drive, mate. Listen, the fucking half of Israel and Romania have got access to my hard drive. You know, unbelievable. That's what hackers do, bro. That's what hackers do.
Hackers got a hack. Hackers got a hack. Streamers got a stream, and content's got a content. And we've been contenting today. I'm going to go enjoy the last bit of my trip in Miami. Sean, enjoy your day. Guys, I hope I see some by the time I get on that plane tonight, that we are winning, or we've got something out of the game. And to whoever you support, whether it's Man United, Newcastle, whoever, I hope you get your result that you're looking for. And
before I let Jonny go, before we go, just quickly, I'm going to be over on Spurs Talk Show in 35 minutes at 2:30 for a rundown of my stuff on Tottenham. And then obviously there's streams tonight for the watch along. Someone asked if there's a rabbit hole. There might be a rabbit hole. If the game is like if we lose, I'll probably do a post-match fan show. If we win or whatever, then I might just do an upload on the reaction and then go and do a rabbit hole. But if not, rabbit hole's back tomorrow night for sure. Jonny, get over to Talking Tottenham 1882 down there somewhere, wherever it is.
Yeah.
And Jonny H3232 on Twitter. Jonny, safe journey, my man.
Thanks a lot, guys. And thanks to everyone in the chat. Couldn't have done it without you. Love being here with the chat with you guys. See you soon.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.